Starting off with My Little Pony, Black, White, and Blue, the retailer incentive 1 in 25 cover on the list. I like how they did the spot coloring. Pretty cool.
Joe, take it away. This is your expertise right here.
So if you know what the artist was going for, he was going for it was the blue period, Picasso's blue period.
Yeah.
So ponies actually, instead of bleeding red, they bleed blue.
Yeah.
Because of like how much royalty they are. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Remember when you were a kid and you thought that blood was blue until it hit oxygen? Is that true or is that false?
Huh?
That when it oxidizes, it turns red?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Because remember, your veins are blue, and so you always thought when you were a kid that blood was blue when it was in your veins. But when it reached, you never thought that? You never heard that as a kid?
No.
I thought we learned about that in science class, that when it oxidizes, it turns red.
You're right, Brian. I heard that. I've heard
that. Only My Little Pony have blue periods. What's this selling for right now?
30 to 40. This just came out this week.
Yep. Man, IDW is hurting.
Not that any guys are out there rushing for it, but
did you guys see the post that Ben Templesmith wrote about 30 Days a Night in IDW?
No.
What happened?
So Ben Templesmith got his start with 30 Days a Night, right? His art is so iconic from that run. Steve Miles, what a great story by Steve Niles. That series put IDW on the map, right? Well, the new people at IDW wanted Ben Templesmith to do a variant cover for 30 Days a Night, and they didn't realize he was the original artist on the series that made IDW.
Oh, wow.
Oops.
Yeah, man.
Well, probably because no one that originally started the company is with IDW anymore.
That dude, you're probably right. It's absolutely.
I mean, they had massive layoffs and stuff like that. Like what? Not even 2 months ago.
Yeah, man. It was absolutely crazy to me to see. Absolutely nuts, but it is what it is. They are falling apart, and now all they have is Turtles, My Little Pony,
and Sonic.
Yeah.
Wait, so on this cover, are the ponies like shitting rainbows, or am I just imagining that?
I don't know where it's coming from.
It's weed.
No, they're farting rainbows.
It looks like
they're farting rainbows.
Is it smoke? Okay. It looks like it's smoke or something. So, well, My Little Ponies. Let's see if My Little Ponies and Turtles and freaking Sonic can hold up IDW in the future. Moving on. Next on the Almost 10. Dwellings number 2, the bloody 1 in 10 variant. This is such a great series by Jay Stevens, and these are the reprints of the original Black Key, I think they were called, was the name of the label that Jay self-published them out. It was a Kickstarter. I think he just ended Kickstarter for issue number 7 of the original. Great series. Issue number 1 went crazy. The bloody variant of issue number 1 was on the Hot 10 at some point, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
It was a while ago, though. Like I'm surprised they're just on number 2, because that feels like that was like
2 months ago, right?
Yeah, several months ago.
Yeah. Oh, and then Astro Wizard's correcting us. It's a myth. Our blood is red.
Why are our veins blue then? Explain that one to me.
Well, hey, Doc Joe, are you still in the live chat? Can you correct?
Our skin isn't red.
Figure this out for us, Doc Joe. Tell us.
Yeah.
It's red with alcohol, right?
Yeah. Black Eye Publishing. Thank you. Black Eye, not Black Key. Black Eye Publishing. Yeah, man. Brian's Comic Garage. If you have any extras, let me know. I'm looking for the Kickstarters. I need all the issues except the one that just came out.
Oh, hey, speaking of Kickstarters, my name is going to be in a Kickstarter book.
Nice. Welcome to the club.
Huh?
House of Stein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the House of Stein is going to be in a Kickstarter book.
In the book?
Which one?
Yeah. The Frankenstein werewolf Frankenstein book or something.
Nice.
Yep.
My
bad,
name was
dude.
in the. It was someone that Lucas got onto his drunken chat.
Stranger Comics.
I don't think it was that one.
It wasn't the Niobe one.
No, it wasn't that one. It was the Helms something. I forgot what publishing company. I think it was a Top Cow book.
My name was in a bunch of Batman books. I don't know if I can't remember how many Batman books my name appears in, but it's there. I mean,
by the way, this is the quote right here from. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay, brother. I gotta take everybody into the.
Y'all are getting mad at me. I can tell. I can feel your anger.
I gotta take everybody.
But you're
into
the owner of
matrix.
Red Hood Comics, right?
Right.
So this right here is the post
comic
that Templesmith made. He says, all from that little book I did the last 2 issues of for free. I did later get paid for it. That started IDW publishing. Life-changing for me. This year at San Diego, they asked if I wanted to do some covers for them as they dug my work while having no idea who I was or anything. That is
That's
crazy,
hilarious.
dude. That is nuts. Wow. Fail IDW. Absolute fail. It's okay. Oni Press is doing good things putting out these second prints of Dwellings. Claps and respect to Oni Press. Hopefully Oni Press is treating Jay Stevens better than IDW is treating Ben Templesmith. All right. How much is this one selling for? Just came out.
The Double Douche, 22.
Not bad.
double douche.
That's not bad. I'm okay with that.
Nice.
I like this book. I want to know if it's tough to find because I know the first one was really tough to find. So, all right, moving on. Next on the Almost 10, Zombie Tramp, the Halloween special, issue number 1, the NYCC Mendoza variant. There was 2 NYCC variants. This is the Fangoria variant, is what I'm calling it, from NYCC. Obviously, you can see why.
Man, did you guys buy Fangoria back in the day?
Every once in a while. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, when I was really young. I remember seeing
guess
Right?
maybe
It was creepy.
I'm
man.
old.
Yeah.
I'm older, so I wasn't. I guess not necessarily a kid, but I loved Fangoria back in the day.
I think I'm too young for that.
Yeah, you are.
It's a great looking trade dress right there.
It is. I'm not a huge Mendoza fan. His stuff is so exaggerated that I can't like unsee it.
Yeah.
But but this one, first of all, it's you can see it's comic exposure, which I know people have their beefs with, especially with older comic exposure books. Just not getting them or whatever it was. Hopefully they've turned that around. But this was in the older times. But this sold a CGC 9.6 of this sold for $250.
Wow.
Which I don't know if that's just a bump because of Halloween or what, or if this book is just really hard to find. I don't know.
I imagine it's hard to find. A lot of these Zombie Tramp books are tough to find, especially the early ones. But yeah.
Yanni in the chat's asking, how's comic exposure still in business? They set the model so Frankie could stay alive, right?
Yeah. At least
or is that too soon to say? Or is that too soon to say that?
Are they still in business?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
They are? Oh, I didn't know that. I think they're out. Oh.
You mean Frankie's?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of drama, #comics drama for that, where they can't afford to ship out books that they found for people or something.
They can't afford to ship them?
No.
Yes.
They won't let. There's something about CGC, and they promised a lot of CGC books graded, but they can't afford the shipping because the bankruptcy lawyers won't let them pay for it for something. So they always say they can't afford it. So Frankie's is basically selling a bunch of those books that people, if you didn't put in for your books in the bankruptcy thing, he's selling your books on Whatnot to people. So,
but he also has like 9 warehouses full of books.
Yeah, that like I'm thinking if I couldn't ship books, why would you just not sell a piece of or just sell the warehouse to somebody and let them pay off your bankruptcy, be done. You can restart if you want to, but let somebody else take the inventory and just be done with it.
well, it's because of how they declared bankruptcy. So they Chapter 11, right? So they had to basically take all their inventory and sell it to pay back creditors that put in for the that they said they owed money to. And if you didn't do that, you aren't getting shit. So,
Oh,
man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If he's got a warehouse full of books,
multiple.
I mean, I don't know how much he owes, but I mean, you would think if he's got that many books that he should be able to just sell the entire inventory to be able to pay his creditors back.
Here's the problem: he can't, because you know what books they are.
No.
Shitty
They're
exclusive
fucking
variants.
exclusives, that's why.
Yeah, that nobody wants anymore.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on. Next on the list, the almost 10, Thunder Mace issue number 1, the monochrome cover. As you can see, this is a monochrome red cover. And this, I don't know if this was an error or a variant that they did, but this is way back in '86. I'm thinking most likely an error, but I've never heard of Thunder Mace. Have you guys heard of Thunder Mace?
I had not.
Yeah.
I will say that so I couldn't figure it out because this one was not listed on my comic shop, but it was listed on Comic Book Realm, and I'm not sure they had the color one listed in this one, and one of them was listed as a second print. I don't know if it is a second print or not. I'm a little confused.
I
So
don't
if anybody
think it
knows,
is, but I could be wrong.
I was negative 4 days old when this book came out.
negative 4 days.
Yeah.
You're about to enter the world.
Yep. But I collect books that were on my birth month and year, so I definitely need to add this to my list.
There you go, Thunder Mace. Well, this non-color version, the color version only sells for like $3, but this one just sold this week for $120.
Wow.
All right, I'll go with the $3 one then.
So Thunder Mace, I'm trying to find out any more information on it. It's kind of hard to find any information on it. Let's take a look here. It says that synopsis. Arrow, who is Thunder Mace, a warrior of Windsor, travels to Mount Grey Tusk and the cave of Komodo, the last dragon, to seek a weapon powerful enough to save his people from the demons. Komodo and Arrow merge to become the weapon. Windsor falls to the demons, and Thunder Mace pursues the demons to their fortress. That actually sounds like a great story. I always loved a story where the warrior was searching for a weapon, and he got that weapon. Like, that's why I always loved Zelda, because you're always looking for like an extra weapon or something or there was like some special Indiana Jones thing. I always loved that type of story, but I've never heard of Thunder Mace, that's for sure. I wonder if it was maybe if it started the career of anybody big. Interesting.
You think I would know? Yanni said said that
Sleepy.
Sleepy said he's from Ohio.
Oh, look at that. Shout out to Sleepy. It's good to see Sleepy under the Yanni name. It takes me back.
I always say Yanni because I'm never sure like how much he wants to be exposed that it's Sleepy. So.
I expose him. Expose him.
Expose him. You doxed him. You doxed him. Oh man.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next, Classic Popeye issue number 30, the Steve Mannion 1 in 10. And if you guys don't follow Steve Mannion or know who he is, he's one of the best artists in comics today, and he's probably one of the most underrated artists in comics today. And he sells his original art on eBay for super cheap, and this is a good cover, but his covers are his normally his stuff is 10 times better than that. This is a great cover. So shout out to Big Leg too on these Classic Popeye issues.
You know who first introduced or brought these to light?
Who?
Big Leg.
You?
Oh, okay.
Stein.
Ooh,
nice.
Back
Is this
way
old article.
Way back, old ghost hunting.
Wow.
Not this particular issue, but the one of the other Popeye, the black and
one?
white. What was the guy that used to do the Batman covers back in the 90s? Minch.
Kelly Jones.
Kelly Jones.
Kelly Jones.
Yeah, Kelly Jones had the black and white Popeye, and that's when people started noticing the. Oh gosh, these Popeye ones are hard to find. I love this one though. I don't know why, but olive oil reminds me of like Tiffany Amber Thiessen for some reason, like from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Oh,
big
it's
eyes.
The head shape and the hairstyle, right?
Yeah, something that's who it reminds me of. But
Mama.
What was the guy that's peeking out the door that used to always say, "Give me, what's his saying about getting hamburgers? Give me a hamburger today, and I'll pay you for it tomorrow," or something like that. What did he used to always say? Yeah, Wimpy. What did he always used to say about hamburgers?
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
That's it, right there. Yeah, my mom used to always say that to me as a kid. I love these old school Classic Popeyes too. I really love the psychedelic one. That one's really good. They're still tough to find. What is this selling for? What did it recently sell for?
Oh, two separate 9/8, like two totally different 9/8 of this sold. One for $775 and one for $800.
Wow. Shout out to Journos Comics that jumped in to say, just wanted to say great show and show my support for the channel. Appreciate you, bro. Make sure you guys sub up to Journos Comics. One of the OGs, one of the good guys. I love these Popeye covers just because of how rare they are. One that, the old school articles, and Leg was such a big proponent. I think Leg tried to put together the set of these.
That's a tough set to do.
Yeah. He didn't want anybody to talk about him until he finished the set. You remember that? Yeah.
I think this is one of the best. I think this one's one of the best ones for sure.
Yeah. I agree. Manny the Comic Collector says, a few months back, my LCS put out a huge Popeye collection in the bins, and I was looking for the zombie cover, but now I have to go back and see if they have this one. Grab all of them. Any of the variants, any of the 1 in 10 for the Classic Popeye, grab them. They are great, and they're sellers. So, moving on. Next on the Almost 10, Journey into Mystery, number 623, the second print movie photo. So, another tough movie variant on this one. And this is I actually like this cover. It looks really, really cool, man. Much cooler than some of the other ones.
Yeah, so what was it? It was probably not that long ago that the Loki second print from, what was it, 622?
Two. Yeah.
Yeah, 622 was doing really well, and now this one is doing really well. This was only selling for like $10, $15. This week, multiple copies sold, 75 and 100 on this one.
Wow.
Because his statue appeared in the last episode, right?
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
I doubt it.
His statue.
It's the Hannibal Lecter variant.
Is Anthony Hopkins still alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Righteous
Mandela
Liquor
effect
says
for you, Ben.
got all of those. Got all of the Thor photo variants too. That's awesome. Great.
That's cool.
Yeah, nice pickups. I love this jersey to the basis. Side note: J. Wellington Wimpy is Wimpy's full name. There we go.
Did not know that.
Yeah. How much was this selling for?
75 to 100
Raw.
raw.
Wow.
Wow.
This is back when they just did just a second print and not a second print 1 in 25.
Yeah.
Just
So
a second.
Shout out to Longshort for getting everyone on board on these photo variants.
I'm still waiting for those True Blood photo variants to pop.
Yeah, they will.
No, I remember like when we were doing Spec 10 and I had put the photo variant of Gwen Stacy and Spider-Man and people were laughing at me.
Yeah. That was a good
that
one.
will look insane as soon as like they were who was it? Garfield was confirmed to be in the next movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So all the people that were laughing at me, they can go fuck themselves, man.
Moving on, next on the Almost 10.
Sorry.
No, you're okay, brother. But don't say you're sorry. You don't have to be sorry here.
Yeah,
I
stop
love
saying
you.
you're sorry. You're
Oh, okay.
hilarious.
Yeah, because you really know you're not sorry. So
Yeah. You,
Shut up,
I'm really
Eric.
sorry.
Yeah, you're just saying it.
I literally look forward to this show every single week because I get to hang out with these guys, especially Joe.
Yeah.
Joe
Thank you, man.
cracks me up.
Fucking love you, bro.
Love you
Venom,
too.
The Enemy Within, issue number 1, the newsstand copy this week on the Almost 10.
I bet that glow in the dark one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've been looking for, man. The newsstand, motherfucker.
Very nice.
Yeah. And this is just this. I put it on here mostly. Well, one, because the sale was ridiculous, but two, because it just goes to show that pretty much if you find some of these harder to find newsstands in high grade, it doesn't matter. I mean, this book is a nothing book, like nothing.
What are you talking about? It's a badass, dude.
I'm not saying the cover's not cool, but there's like 14 million of these out there in the direct. I mean, there's nothing going on in this book. CGC 9.8 of this in newsstand sold for $600 this week.
Okay. So let me ask you this: did you check the census to see how many were on the census by any chance?
Again, CGC is going to be tough. Because, but I can look.
9.8, bro.
I will look.
The reason why I ask it, okay, thank you for that. The reason why I ask is because I've owned multiple copies of this book in direct and newsstand, and this is a tough 9.8. I mean, that black is brutal.
All right, number 1. Now they don't split it out, so I don't know how many newsstands. But across the board, there's 248.
That's not a
9.8s.
lot. That's not a lot for how big the print run is combined for this book.
But there's only been 7. There's only that's out of 716, so that's like a third.
Gotcha.
A third hit 9.8. Somebody graded one that graded a 4. Why on earth would you grade?
It's that guy that was grading all those 3.5 shit.
You gotta have the lowest on the census, you know?
Yeah, that 4 is a 1 of 1, bro.
4? Why would you grade that?
Because it's the only 4. You could say, hey, it's the only one of its kind, bro.
Hey, yeah.
Top 1 census.
I guess.
There you go.
You know, there's some dummy out there to buy it too.
But Ben, you got to imagine that a lot of people pre-screen this book 9.8. Don't you think?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's not like that's not a super. I mean, I'm sure it probably isn't the easiest 9.8, and maybe people just don't send them in because they know it's not a 9.8. So that's a possibility too.
What's the saying? Low grade is better than no grade.
Not on this book.
Not on this book.
Yeah, I'd rather have no grade.
Yeah, I'd rather just throw it back and go back to the dollar bins and find me a different one.
Isn't this the book that Donnie Cates said this is the origin of the green slime from his from Venom's mouth? Is this not the book?
Is that what he said?
There's a
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
there's an origin of the green slime.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Or he God, what is it? It's something to do with that green slime, bro.
I got something interesting that I heard this week. Shout out to Wanted Comics, and they did a eBay live sale with Maria Wolf, and I learned this week that you cannot draw if you draw Carnage from Marvel, you cannot draw Carnage with a tongue.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Why?
If you draw Carnage with a tongue, they'll nix it. They'll say you got to take out the tongue.
Is it because it's too close to Venom or something?
I guess that's what I'm guessing. So
Because McFarlane has that on the trademark, right? No, I'm sure.
who knows?
No,
okay,
there's
the green slime origin is on a Eric Larson cover. Thank you.
There, yeah, I remember that, the Marvel one. Yeah, yeah, very, very cool. All right, moving on to probably the two best books in the almost 10 this week, at least in my opinion. Starting off with Witchblade issue 131, the Baltimore Comic-Con Halloween Garza variant.
Yeah, this one is supposedly limited to 750. It may or may not be. I don't know. I don't remember ever seeing this one before. But this one sold for 60. So if you can find it, there's a lot of really good Witchblade covers out there that I think people just don't even know that they're there.
Yeah.
But there is another Baltimore Comic-Con variant of this exact same issue, which is really weird when you did they do that? Well, I mean, I guess it's I guess like Transformers has probably got like 19 New York Comic-Con variants from last
that
week.
Mendoza, that Mendoza one has two NYCC variants. So
yeah,
but
so maybe it's not that rare.
This one you might like, and $60, I understand, I get it, but this next one is one of the best covers, Witchblade covers ever, by Stefan Sejic. Witchblade number 131, the Baltimore Comic-Con Halloween Sejic variant. And love that jack-o'-lantern right there, man. Look at that. That is freaking amazing.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That looks like Barons, doesn't it? Like
it does.
Like Sejic stuff looks like Barons.
Well, most of Barron's stuff is done through CG and 3D modeling on the computer. So, however he does it, it's still great. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if Sejic stuff is all. It looks like maybe not, but I agree. It does look a little bit like Barron's.
So
there's that gritty look.
So do you think he messed up drawing the boob and was like, I'm gonna draw a jack-o'-lantern instead?
Just put a pumpkin in front.
Yeah.
Way easier.
Yeah.
Maybe cool.
No.
I need to get one of those. I collect those jack-o'-lantern ones.
No, kind of like Liefeld can't draw a face, so he just puts mask on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good one. All right. We've got, I think, a couple more. SLC Punk, issue number 0 from West Hampton House Publishing in 1999. I've never seen this book.
So, go ahead.
No, go. You got it.
Oh yeah. So I didn't know that this was a comic. I've seen the movie like 1,000 times. Like I still own it on DVD. I remember checking it out at Blockbuster and just watching it over and over again. But if you've never seen it before, Matthew Lillard's in it, and it shows this time period in college as a punk in the 80s in Salt Lake City. Yeah. So
and Heroin Bob never does heroin.
Bob. Yep. But then, I guess the movie's old enough now by this point to spoil it. So he ODs on drugs and alcohol. Heroin Bob who never did drugs. So,
yeah.
So it's so funny.
And
But
the
yeah,
sequel is terrible, man. Oh,
the
it's
sequel.
bad.
Oh, that's horrible. But
Yeah.
if you ever seen the first one, it's hilarious. Like,
Who's
and
the
it's
best
because
person in the first one? Who's the best character? I'll tell you who I think it is. I think it's the Devon Sawa character who goes crazy on the LSD.
See, I was gonna say Sean too. Yes.
Yeah.
Because he has like a pocket full of acid and then runs through a sprinkler system.
Yeah.
And ends up like taking
From the
100
cops.
hits. Yeah, it's so like he perma-fries himself. Like, oh, but if you ever watched the movie, he Steve-O's character, he like sets it up like a lawyer case, and he's studying pre-law, and then ends up going to law school at the end. So
yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
Devon Sawa actually produced and I think directed the second one, but just not having Matthew Lillard in it was terrible.
The German dude though, he's hilarious too. Like, I think he was like my second.
That's a famous actor, Jason Segel.
No, Jason Segel. So
Jason
it's the
Segel
German
played
dude.
not the German dude. Jason Segel played the hardcore dude. Yeah,
Hardcore Mike. Yeah, Hardcore Mike.
Hardcore Mike. Yeah, he was badass too.
But I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think they mentioned at some point in time in like director's commentary of the movie that this comic exists, but I probably completely forgot.
It's a number 0 too, so it must be a prequel.
It might have been. It's the only issue that I could find. So it may not even have a number. They may have just listed as a number 0, but it may not. I think it's the only issue.
Yeah.
I think it might have been
Punk, Salt Lake City Punk. You guys, if you haven't seen it, it's a must watch. 100% a must watch. Fantastic.
And the band in it is great too. They're actually a real band called like $5 Experience, and they are from Denver, Colorado.
Good shit. What did this sell for?
$75.
Wow, that's interesting. Never seen it. Never would have known. Never would have known if you didn't watch the Almost 10. Moving on. Here we go. Another Yee book. The Killing Joke, issue number 1, the 6th print, is on the list this week. You have this one, Yee?
I have the direct edition and the newsstand edition. And so of the 6th print. And CGC did not notate that it was a newsstand when you can see that big old fat barcode on the front.
Nice.
Shout out to Sean McCurdy, who says, "Yo, fellas, made it live again, and I'm tripping balls on mushrooms. Perfect timing for that SLC Punk end, too. Great job."
Oh, yeah. Watch that movie, Trippin'. That's a good. Yeah. There's some good scenes in there.
I think fucking Rad was selling this on his IG tonight of the newsstand.
Wow. Fucking Rad had a killer score of some foreign books the other day. It was unreal.
Is the 6th print like one of the hardest prints to find?
I want to say the newsstand is probably the out of that version.
How many prints? How many prints are there? 8 or 7?
14.
Oh, 14?
Yep.
I keep hearing that the 6th print is the toughest one, but I could be completely wrong. I just hear that.
I thought it was like the 9th print for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. It's the 9th print. You're
okay.
Right. It's the 9th print. My bad.
Is that the yellow one?
No, that's the red one, right?
The light blue.
The red.
I can't remember. The light blue is pretty easy to find, and same with the dark blue. But I don't remember what.
I thought the 9th print was red, but
yeah,
it says red. Okay, yeah.
See,
but if you can get them confused, like looking at the 6th print and it's like the dark red, or like is how you know it's a 9th print. There's someone that notates like all the differences of all 14 prints, because it's like some of it's like within the collar, because from what I think it's like the last few prints are yellow, and you have to look at the collar and the cuff to see the difference. I mean, besides opening it inside and looking in the title page, because it says
the 9th print is a pretty expensive book. It's a pretty coveted book.
Yeah.
What does the
so
six
that's what.
print sell for, Stein?
So so that's the only reason I was asking, because this week a CGC 9.6 of this 6 print sold for $375.
Oh wow. That
Oh,
sounds
that's interesting.
that sounds more
Yeah.
expensive than the first print.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see that.
Yep. Great book. Probably top 3 greatest comic book stories ever told. Probably the greatest Batman story ever told.
Yeah, when my brother handed me the
Even though
graphic
Batman's
novel,
not in it.
this got me back into comics.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. All right. That is the Almost 10, you guys. Make sure to come check out Beyond Wednesdays, where we go live every Wednesday and every Saturday, and we enjoy ourselves. Tomorrow night, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but I am sure there's going to be mayhem. Come hang out with us. Modern Comic Mayhem on Beyond Wednesdays every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern.